Hey everybody, it's Nick here. Yeah, so my life has been crazy in the last 3 years. Crazy being the key word. I'm schizophrenic, and that was probably the hardest pill I've ever had to swallow. And I've swallowed lots of pills. But yeah, so let's talk about it. It was the hardest thing for me to wrap my hand around, that it was my head doing this to me. For the life of me, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I swore. I fought it. I thought it was people fucking with me, people on my roof, people under the trailer, people I knew, because it was voices I knew. It was so much, and it was the scariest thing I've ever had to deal with in my whole entire life. And the people around me didn't know how to act. They didn't know what to do. They were freaking out too and getting mad and yelling and screaming because they couldn't understand what I was going through and what I was hearing and dealing with. They thought I was just being whatever. And so schizophrenia, it's real. I'm on meds now, so don't worry, I'm not gonna freak out. The meds are they're working, and I get injections too. And it's been 4 years, and I finally wrapped my head around it, and I'm finally dealing with it the right way. And I do know that it's in my head, that it's not real. It took me 4 years to get there. So if you're dealing with schizophrenia and you don't know what to do with yourself, or if you're hearing stuff, or if you think stuff's going on around you because you heard it or you seen it and no one else can, it's okay. It took me 2 years to go get help. I suffered every single fucking day. I suffered. I cried. I yelled at the voices. I screamed. I begged. I pleaded. Until I finally had to go to the ER. So me going to the ER was my last, that was all I had left to do. I had nothing left to do. I did everything else. I cussed the voices out. I yelled at the voices. I called the police. I called the news on the voices. Yes, I called the news. And I told the news that I thought these people were fucking with me. And I thought I knew who they were. And I thought they were police. And I thought they were this. And I thought they were that. And I was giving them names. And the lady was like, well, I need some proof. So when you have proof, call us back. So I did everything I could. And my last resort was the ER. So if you are hearing stuff or going through stuff, just talk to your doctor. There's medicine out there that will help. Schizophrenia can happen for many reasons. It can happen because of drugs. It can happen because of just the wiring in our brain, especially in our early 20s and stuff. Men get it. And I guess I got it when I was younger, but I didn't really realize that it wasn't as bad. And just everything brought it out, especially COVID. COVID is when it hit, and it just brought it out of me, and it turned into this horror show that I couldn't escape. And so you're not alone, and you're not crazy, and you're not fucked up, and you're not wrong. And schizophrenia has such a stigma against it. Once you're schizophrenic, it's oh my god, stay away from them, they're so nuts, they're gonna go crazy. We don't want to go crazy. We're scared to death. It's scary. It's not something that we are doing, and it's not something that we're putting out there. We're scared to death, and we don't know what to do. When you start hearing people talk to you that no one else can hear, things threatening you, calling you names, repeating what you're doing, constantly talking, people screaming for help, it's scary. it's like we don't know what to do. We're freaking out. We're like at our last wits, like, what do we do? And that's why the reaction is the way it is. Once we can realize and handle and realize that it's not real to ourselves, that's the biggest thing, is when you have to tell yourself that this is not real. Because it is real, because we hear it. So hearing it is like, well, it is real because we hear this shit. Like, we hear it. Like, I hear it. It's real. But it's not. And that's the twisted part. And so it takes a while to get to that point. But once you get to that point, then it's easier to swallow. And so when you hear about people being schizophrenic, please don't judge. Like, we're just people. And we're just trying to get through a day. And we didn't ask for this. Like, this isn't something we asked for. It's something that scares the shit out of us every single day. Knowing that, like, there's a time bomb in us. And something could go off and we could go off and whatever. So let's all just be kind. Just remember to be kind to everybody. Life's too short. There's too much fucked up shit going on in the world. We got COVID. We got all this crazy other stuff going on in the world. Tsunamis, earthquakes, people dying. Stupid everything to do with politics and everything else. And so here we go. So yeah, that's some of my story. I'm here now. I take olanzapine, and then I take an Abilify injection. And it took the voices from in my face to a dull roar. I fight no more because I know that it's in my head. So I just try to surround myself by, like, noise, so I don't have to, like, hear the little whispers. But I know they're not real, because it's been 4 years and all the stuff, no one ever showed up. And now the fear is not so much. Like, before I was just so scared, like, scared every second of every day. Like, I thought someone was coming for me. I thought that's what the voices were saying. And, like, I just sat there waiting, scared, like, who and why, like, and then the stuff that was being said. It's just, like, it's crazy that your brain can do that to you. And so the reaction for me was, I cried. I freaked out. I screamed. I yelled. And the people around me were like, what are you doing? Like, you have to leave. Like, you can't be here. Like, we don't want to be around you. And then it made it even worse for me, because now I'm fighting with people that I love. And these people are good people. And they love me. But they don't understand how to deal with it, because I don't even know how to deal with it. So the first thing is, just remember to listen. Sometimes people don't need to be judged and don't need to be talked to or talked at. That sometimes we just need to listen. And sometimes there's nothing you can do. There just isn't. Like, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, there's nothing you can do. It's not going to change the fact about what's happening. So the best thing is to talk to, like, a doctor. Talk to somebody who knows about this, who has, like, studied this. Like, I go to a group, Psych Recovery, name dropping, and they do just schizophrenia. She's been doing it for 10 years. She's super great. Her name's Lisa, name dropping. I love the class. I think it's the greatest thing. She's very wise. We have a book, and the book is, like, filled with all the information she's learned in the last 10 years, and it has everything from scenarios to things to just information packed on how to handle it, how to handle the other people. And, you know, one of the things is, you know, don't tell people you're schizophrenic right away when you first meet them, because of the stigma. But I'm, like, on a whole different level. Fuck that. I want to bring it to reality. I have it. I'm not ashamed, because I didn't do this to me. It did it to me. I disagree with that part. But it's true though. You don't want to tell people you're schizophrenic. I've done it, and the reaction is, okay. Like, people start to scoot away very slowly until they're fucking gone. Or you hear then you hear real people whisper what you. But anyways, so like I was saying, the group is awesome. She knows what she's talking about. She has like stuff in there from like different podcasts to YouTube channels to all this stuff, and all this information just jam packed. And she's smart, and she makes you feel like it's okay. And what else do I do? I have an arms worker. I was doing like outpatient classes. Like, I put in the work. So once you put in the work and you start to realize and you start to learn about it, when you get some knowledge about it, then it's like, okay, now I know how to deal with this. Like, I have the tools in front of me. I have CBT, I have DBT, I have all this stuff to deal with this. So I'm not freaking out because I'm dealing with it. And some of the people that I met that are schizophrenic are the kindest people that you'll ever meet. Like, we're all just scared. It's just scary to have that. It's like an A-bomb dropping on you when you have that happen to you. And so it just scares the shit out of us. And we react badly. And we go off, especially when it first starts. Like, and medication does help. It does. Like, people say the side effects. Like, the side effects do suck. Like, there's weight gain, there's all this stuff. But then they have pills to counteract other things. So, like, if you're gaining weight, they have stuff for you to help you with that. If you're, like, going off the stuff, there's dieting, there's all this stuff. You know what I mean? There's stuff to help it. Like, the side effects do suck, but it does help. Mine, like, I went from hearing stuff almost every day to, like, now, like, not hearing stuff barely at all. Like, and like I said, I do keep noise around me 24/7, so I don't have to hear the little whispers, because they are at a dull roar. But yeah, I just want to bring some awareness. I just want to talk about it. I just want to say that 4 years ago, I would have never thought I was going to be here. I was scared for my life. And now I'm just looking like, okay, we got this. Like, it's another day, another voice put away. Like, what? So, just keep pushing. Like, keep pushing, because I was a wreck. Like, I was just out of my mind. I was on drugs. Doing more drugs to, like, try to get away from the fucking voices. Like, I was just doing everything I could to get away from them. Like, doing more drugs, doing more drinking. And that was 4 years ago. And then I had to go to treatment. I had to. And it changed my life. Like, it did. It changed my life. Like, getting sober and having that sober time underneath me, because that's something that was a struggle for me. Like, just having that underneath me also helped open my eyes and helped me see a whole different side in a whole different way. Like, drug mind and sober mind are totally different things. And it was refreshing to be able to actually be in sober mind and be aware and know what's actually going on, and not be in a daze or confused or all strung out. And that was the start of my journey. And now I'm just like, oh. Just like, damn, what a ride. And we're here now, so I'm blessed, like totally blessed. And just know that if you are going through this, that there's people out there that have your back. Lisa has your back. If you ever need any help, reach out to Psych Recovery. She knows what she's talking about. She's a wonderful lady. And the group is great. It's Zoom. And then there's also some stuff, like I have anxiety, I have all sorts of stuff. Like, I have mental health issues at the yin yang. And what else helps is this thing called Therapy in a Nutshell. I'm name dropping all over town. Therapy in a nutshell. Like, if you need therapy and therapy don't make sense to you, or like people are beating around the bush and whatever, Therapy in a Nutshell breaks that shit down. 101 anxiety, 101 dealing with getting out of bed in the morning, 101 how to fight your thoughts, 101 like just straight up. She gives you the facts and the answers, like about like different hormones in our body during the day and during the night like affect our moods. Like, I didn't know that shit. And so sometimes in the morning, and then sometimes our what is that thing called? Your eternal clock? No. Synthetic rhythm? Circadian? The thing that helps you sleep, like wake up and sleep, your circadian rhythm. Anyways, so that circadian rhythm, something like that. So that all can affect your moods too. And like, this lady just breaks it down. Like, she's so smart. It's Amy McAdams, Therapy in a Nutshell. If you're ever feeling any kind of anything, look her up. She's on YouTube. Therapy in a Nutshell. I swear, like, I just started listening to her with my arms worker, and it's changed a lot for me. It's sort of opened up my eyes. Like, I'm like, God, that makes so much sense. Like, why did that never, like, why didn't I ever think about that? Like, how come nobody ever told me that? Like, it was that easy to just say it like that. Like, she just, like, it's in a nutshell. She, like, honestly. So, yeah. That's all I got to say today. I love you all. Stay safe. Reach out to somebody if you need to. And I love you all. Have a good night.